Welcome to Crazy Clowns. I am Bored Man.
And I might be the Raven.
We are just gonna try to annoy every fan base with these trailers, because today we are ranking Star Wars movies, and we know every movie has its lovers, it has its haters. We understand that. Even if you don't think your movie has haters, we know it does. Stop lying to yourself. uh, we like Star Wars. We wanted to do this. We're gonna try to make this quick and simple because our trailers can be a bit long, so we can piss you off in shorter fashion. Let's start off with Solo, a movie that not even every Star Wars fan has even watched.
I think this is the movie that I was actually planning to talk the most about. Because I think it gets too much shit.
Listen, I think the first half was not good. I think the second half put it together. The first half was way too many references, just cheap fan service that no fan wanted, and they really could have done a lot better. If they just kept, it felt like two people wrote it.
I think this movie is alright. I think it has its problems, but I think if you want to say this is the worst Star Wars movie, then you're kind of ignoring the prequels. It does literally everything the prequels does. It has fan service constantly, a bunch of backstory that no one asks for, set up for things that no one cares for.
But it's not as dumb as the
Young
dice
boys
being
and
set
kids.
up.
Literally everything. It does everything the prequels does, but at least it has better effects.
Dude, so I'm saying like the whole Solo last name thing was kind of cringe. Remember, we're ranking these on a Star Wars ranking. Of course, a lot of these will be in different places if we're just comparing them to other movies. So don't say like, oh, well, what about compared to this movie? No, we're only comparing to Star Wars. I think for Star Wars though, wise, no, I think it should only be like a D. Like I don't think it deserves to be enough. I don't think it deserves a hate. They really tried, I feel like, hard with the casting, and of course Donald Glover, I think, really tied the movie together nice.
I think the only things that were really bad about the movie was the first half was lackadaisical. I didn't like the Chewbacca storyline.
Chewbacca's storyline really should have been done differently. I feel like that's why some fans get mad, is that it doesn't directly connect to the Star Wars lore correct.
I think it's deep, but not for the same reasons other people think.
Yeah, no, I don't think. I
think that then because the casting's Donald Glover was good. I think the robot sidekick of Donald Glover was a little meh at times.
Yeah, it was definitely one of the like worst of them because it just felt so lazy. The first half felt lazy. But I mean, like Woody Harrelson, Donald Glover, they worked hard. I don't remember the guy who played Han Solo in the movie, but he tried. I felt like everyone tried so hard.
I feel like he was missing the look a little bit of Han Solo, but his acting was good. I felt like also the fact that they killed off all the characters. I feel like it doesn't matter.
Let's just
do that too.
Yeah, we're talking to the. Yeah, I know, but we're getting to Rogue One in a moment. But I feel like the only other thing I can say is that what hurts it, and I would say could argue make it an E, is if the fact that you count in that sets up a sequel that never happened. Though I feel like
that does hurt it.
I feel like though we can kind of look over that in a Star Wars sense.
There's so many things.
Because you can always Star Wars nowadays are always coming back together. Next movie. Okay, Rogue One. The anthology movie that really opened the can for these series and stuff, movies, spin-offs, and all that type of stuff, because they thought, oh, everyone else would just get loved like this one, which isn't the case.
This is debatable amongst movie fans and Star Wars fans of whether or not it's needed.
I feel like over the years, like at first when it came out, it was loved beyond loved. Nowadays, it's kind of mixed reviews. I think the biggest complaint from hardcore Star Wars fans is the complaint I have that it does not connect whatsoever, because we already got the story of, like, Leia got it. But then Leia's not even involved. And then, of course, there's set up what a lot of these things do. And I feel like even more than the prequels, a bunch of characters, a big team that just die. You don't need to kill off everyone. Not everyone needs to die. Yeah. But it's overall, though, they did good effects and stuff like that.
I think this movie is the... See, I understand, like, all movie prequels love to kill off a bunch of characters or have them go off into some weird sunset. I feel like this is the. I feel like that ruins the fact that everyone dies in this movie. Because I don't mind everyone dies in this movie because they did it in an interesting way.
Oh no, they didn't. It was one after another. I was just like, oh,
I liked it.
It was literally the jokes I was making. I made a joke before watching this movie that was just watch. In the last 5 minutes, everyone's gonna die, and literally in the last 5 minutes, everyone dies.
If they
only there was 1 or 2 that were dramatic. I will say that, but
I feel like what hurts this one is the Kyber crystal. Whatever. I think I always pronounce it wrong, but I'm not saying it was the Kyber crystal. It seems like it was supposed to be important. It wasn't, and that was kind of stupid.
I feel like though one of the main things that people like kind of have grown against this movie is the main star of the movie. I mean, it should have been Leia, but it should have been Ho and Leia. I think. Like, I don't think she's a bad character. It's just, like, I feel like she gets so much hate now because then it's like, oh, that's his China plus an agenda with women and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, but then you all made jokes before these movies came out that we need more women in these movies. It's like the same thing like with Rey in the new movies. Though,
yeah,
so I don't
like people don't like a female lead sometimes because they feel like this female lead is only a female lead because of gender equality, instead of the fact that sometimes it's just what fits the movie.
I think I think I would put it as a C just because like it's so not connected. Like it's kind of a Star Wars movie, but
I think it would have been
like
better.
you can watch it basically on its own and never watch another Star Wars movie. At least Solo's connected. It feels like.
I feel like this one would have been a lot better in my ranking if Solo didn't exist.
Yeah.
Solo ruins this one a bit because it gives a bad taste to all anthology films. It makes them all just seem pointless. So I would say C, honestly.
Oh, sweet. We're actually gonna agree on this one. Okay, let's do this by trilogies now. And listen, no, everyone, because we grew up with the prequels. We don't hate the prequels. We love the prequels. I think what everyone needs to remember with the prequels, as we rank them, is their effects are pretty bad. The randomness is pretty bad. You can love or hate them. I think they have some good stuff, bad stuff. I think it's some of the best original Star Wars characters in these movies, like Darth Maul and Grievous. But at the same time, they killed them off like pretty well.
Yeah, that's what I was saying like, with the other two.
Yeah, if you
killed at the end, you killed all these prequel characters too.
But in the end, though, there's one thing that would have saved this whole thing, and I think we have to take this into account. These characters from those movies don't appear. We have Clone Wars and we have other things where these movies kind of got improved, I feel like. Because, come on, Clone Wars is such a good show. Such a good spin-off. It really connects those movies so much better. It does a lot of good stories and shows that these characters, first of all, are better than what these movies kind of portrayed. And it feels like, with them being in more mediums, it really helps these movies just slightly. So just take, I put that into account when doing it, that we saw more of Grievous and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it really, like, a lot of people complain when we're going to probably talk about this in episode 9, that just starts off out of nowhere. And these movies really do the same.
The plot aspects are kind of bad at times.
I feel like those
okay at times, good at some.
I feel like though these movies are like that good bad. You know what I mean? Like the sand lines are like, they're so bad, but it's so funny and so good at the same time. We'll start off with episode 1. I think one of the worst effects of the entire one, and probably the lowest point. I love Jar Jar. I will say that, but
it by itself, it's not as. Standing by itself, it probably would have been better, but because there's so much of a difference between that one and 2 and 3, that is just so. Phantom Menace is just looks so more random in comparison.
I know. I will be honest. I know it deserves probably like an E or D. I don't think it's enough because it there's so much love for the movie. You can't tell me that people don't love Darth Maul. You don't love Qui-Gon Jinn. You don't like these things. Like, come on. It deserves, I think, an E. Pod racing, all these things, like, they may be stupid, but I think it's an E.
E? I was gonna say at least a D. I mean, come on.
I mean,
maybe we should
honestly, maybe we should just move Solo to E and then put this as E and kind of like Because we say in these tier lists that he's not bad. It's not awful.
Okay, fine, but only because I felt a little weird.
Because we have a lot more movies to go.
I'm only willing to move it down to E because I felt
Yeah,
so weird. Because it's like I complimented the movie a lot, but I do admit it's a low ball movie.
It also shouldn't be directly next to Rogue One. Like, it's not my favorite movie, Rogue One, but there definitely is a bit of difference. Next movie, episode 2. A lot of a lot of the lines I would have to say probably come from this movie that like I would make fun of, but I feel like that means we also kind of love those lines. You know, like I think
this one had a big whiny weird Anakin in it, but it also has like a lot of interesting aspects, and it also has, if I remember correctly, this is the movie that had the big Jedi battle, which I think a lot of people love.
Yeah, but it's not as good. Like I'm gonna rewatch it, and it's not as good as we remember. But the Yoda Sidious battle in episode 3 was like we remember when we were younger so good, but it's not as interesting. I still think though that's the best battle. I think this should be a D.
This is one of my least favorite Star Wars movies at times.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I
think because of some of the things that came from this movie are good.
Yeah, well,
Like
that's what I'm saying.
The Jedi Council members that they really showed more in force in this movie.
I also feel like the effects help it just a little bit. I think it can be argued as an E or D. I think, let's wait a second. Where should we put episode 3? I feel like that's gonna be the standard there. It can tie with it, but I feel like episode 3 might be better, but I don't feel like it should be. I don't know. I feel like you can argue actually episode 3 being C, because despite Rogue One being visually more impressive, I think episode 3 though has a lot of the things that fans don't realize they love a lot.
I feel like a lot of fans have secret love that they don't realize for episode 3, and I know a lot of people our age love episode 3, and I just love the turning point once they actually got into Anakin Sith mode.
Yeah,
it was kind of cool.
Maybe some people may not like it. I feel like we can put episode 3 maybe in C.
I say C.
I feel like they're in different reasons, you know what I mean? They're in 3. And we'll make people feel better, we'll put that one for us. I feel like though we can put episode 2 maybe in D just because. Can we put. Maybe we can bump Solo back up to. Nah,
I feel like it's comfortable because it's just. Because the bad aspects so much more just makes the movie so. Just annoying.
Yeah, I feel like the bad aspects of the prequels are so loved at this point and so joked about. They're good aspects in the end of the day about the movies. Things like that were kind of like dumb back in the day watching. Like, hello there. Or now just like funny memes. I don't know. Next trilogy. Okay, the original trilogy. Great movies, which were all in comparison to regular movies, will be in S tiers. But remember, these are a Star Wars trilogy. List, so it kind of makes it a bit different. Which one's episode 4? I think we can just put as let's just put it as an A.
It started a lot, it created a lot, and it was for its time not just like looked as it was now as a.
Did I grab the right one? It's hard to see from my point of view. Okay, I grabbed the right one. This is S tier. This is.
We're not even gonna discuss.
You know it is. This is the first one is an A. I think feel like it just I don't know. I feel like it just doesn't have as much cool things as The Empire Strikes Back. You know, I feel like it lacks a little bit in some coolness categories, which is a bit weird. But again, I think a lot of things that fans love about Star Wars did not start in the first of the original movies. I know it's confusing for the non-hardcore Star Wars fans, but the hardcore ones understand. The first movie, I feel like it's like it gets a love and it's a good movie, but a lot of the things we all love starts in episode 5, and I feel like episode 5 is better.
Episode 5 has a lot of cool aspects. Cloud City, Boba Fett on the hunt.
It's hard to be good when it's top, but let's start with the end of the trilogy, which some people love, some people absolutely hate, like the Ewoks and stuff like that. I love it. Like, it's a good movie. I feel like it deserves to be an A tier still. What do you think? I know it's your favorite.
This is my favorite because of just growing up, it was such a fun movie. The thing is, it does have its low points. Like, you can obviously criticize these Ewoks just killed some trained soldiers. Well, I mean that you can say shit like that for any movie. Well, but it's a movie at the end of the day. It has some cool things. The Emperor shooting lightning, him desperately trying to get Darth Vader. I think when you look at those aspects, it brings it up. Especially the opening was cool. Every aspect of the movie had some cool stuff to it.
Let's go to the next trilogy. Okay, the most debated upon trilogy.
These movies are so much different from each other. Like the
Yeah.
prequels and the originals, they're close to each other, but these are just
Listen, I
completely
think
different.
a lot of people though has some hate now. I think we can all agree Force Awakens should be beat. It's a good movie. It's a solid movie. It's really cool. As the next movie steps back, I know some people really want these movies just to be ranked up. They're still apparently working the Ryan Johnson trilogy, as I just heard.
I did hear about that. I was surprised.
Yeah, but listen, I don't think they're as awful. I feel like a lot of plots make more sense than they do. I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, what about this? Shouldn't they just have had this person do this, or this person do that? And why didn't they reveal the plans? I feel like it's not as confusing as people think. But I will say, I don't think it should. I think maybe we can rank it as a C. Or a T. I would accept D though. If you want to put it as a D, I fully would accept that.
I know Ryan Johnson was not the best with this movie. I feel like if this movie connected much more closely to episode 7, it would be much better of a movie. But because of how much of a turn
I think it's a bit connected, but I understand. Because also episode 9 is not really connected well anyways. And which I do again blame J.J. Abrams. I know a lot of people are like, oh, but that's because Ryan Johnson's like, okay, but J.J. Abrams could have just done differently. Like, he didn't have to also do a 180. He could have done the path that Ryan Johnson's going on and just wrote it better. But I feel like we can probably rank these one after another. Like,
I don't mind the porgs in this movie, though. One last note with it. I don't mind the porgs.
Great.
The things I don't like are the fact that you're not giving a reason of why Holdo did not give the plans. At the end, yeah, Holdo did a fun thing, and it was cool.
It. They don't have to directly say.
I feel like they should have given Poe more of a reason instead of making Poe look like kind of a dumbass in the end. And I didn't like the casino scene.
I forgot.
When you
they had such a good meaning at the end of the day, but
if you took out the random casino shit,
this is fine though. Like,
yeah, if it took out the casino shit and made Holdo a little bit better, it probably would have been C.
Yeah.
But
I feel like this one though deserves to be a C for one reason. It was cool. It was the best I ever saw Cities, but at the same time, if it would have been higher if it just connected a bit more, and it wasn't the end. This should have been the they should have switched and not done you and done you, or maybe combine the movies. Because then there's things that builds off of that never, like characters we meet that never will appear again. But I think we've been talking about this for a while. We need to go eat dinner. Food is good. I am bored, man. Complain in the comments. We will read them. We have nothing better to do with our time. I've been bored, man.
I might have been the Raven.
Peace out. Good night, everyone.